YouTube, it's Zion Malai and I am back with another video. I'm going to give y'all 5 makeup tips that I wish I would have known sooner rather than later. Cause man, I don't know y'all, I used to look a mess sometimes. So yeah, I'm gonna just help y'all out so that y'all can have, y'all little makeup thing and look good, because I was not at first. Okay, so the first tip I wish I would have known was do both eyes at the same time. I used to struggle so bad with like making my eyes look the same, especially my eyeshadow. So I would do like one whole eye and then I try to do the other and it was like not the same, or it could have been better. That's one tip I wish I would have known. Do both eyes at the same time, like whatever you do to this eye, do to this side. So like, say for example, you do a transition shade on this side in your crease. Before you go on to the next step, do that same thing to this eye. Cause I used to really struggle with that, cause I would do one whole eye and then I was like, well, how did I get this? How did I get this? Cause this don't look like that. Yo, I was messed up. I ain't gonna lie. I actually I'm gonna insert a couple of pictures, cause it was just not given. Okay, tip number 2: work on your struggle side first. Like when I do my makeup, and I don't even know if that makes sense. Work on your struggle side first, but when I do my makeup, in particular wing liner and lashes, when I do this side first, it always comes out really nice and I really like the way it look. But I find it very hard to try to replicate like the wing liner or the lashes on this side. So I know before I even try to attempt to do a wing liner on this side, I need to start off with this side because it is harder for me to do. So I say start off with the side you know you struggling on. Like if you struggle putting wing liner on this side like I do, you know, do this side first because you can more easily, I don't even think that's a word. You can make it this side. You can make this side, look like this side with no problem. The thing about working on your struggle side is this, for me, like I'll accidentally like poke my eye on this side and then this side will start watering. I don't even think that's how that's supposed to work. But I don't know. That's how it is for me. I don't know. Tip number 3 is don't use too light of a concealer. I used to look like James Charles in that flashback Mary picture that he had, and that was just not cute. I try to use a concealer shade that's only 1 to 2 shades lighter than my actual skin tone most of the time, unless I want a very bright under eye where I try to like put it here. Unless I want a very bright under eye on like a more natural day, I only use a shade that's 1 to 2 shades lighter than my actual skin tone. I know y'all seen like me use like a very white concealer, but to do a look like this, I only use a shade that's a little bit lighter than me. Going for like a more natural everyday look, you will want to use one that's not that far off from your actual skin tone. So yeah, cause especially if you're not that good at blending, cause you just end up looking crazy, and I don't want that for y'all. You don't want that for you. I don't want that for me. I don't want to see it. Cause then I'll be talking about you. I ain't gonna say how that. I do be talking about just a little bit though. Not too much. Not too much. But a little bit. Just just a little bit. Tip number 4 is a setting spray. I did not used to use setting spray, but I used to use powder, which is not really good, not really great. But I would use powder on my face, but not use setting spray. And when I tell y'all, when I would take pictures, you can kind of see the powder like around under my eye or around the side of my jaw and around my mouth because I put powder there to set so like around my lips don't crease badly. Use setting spray. Now I do something that maybe other people don't do, which is I literally drench my face in setting spray or like a toner. Like if you like have like a toner that you really like, I drench my face in it. But what that does, it just makes I don't know, it just makes it like it just really blends it all like all your makeup, all that powder in together. It makes it look just flawless and it just melts that powder in. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's just something I do and I find that it works for me and I don't get no flashback. And around my face doesn't really look powdery. So that's a tip that I wish I knew. I really wish I knew that sooner. Cause like, bro, you walking around people and you got like you can kind of see the powder and like somebody tell you like, is what's that around you? And you like, oh my powder. And that's okay. Our last tip, tip number 5, is when you are carving out your eyebrows at the top or over here, right over, use a color very close to your actual skin tone, around the color of your foundation. Um, Again, this is another thing about concealer. I really messed up in the concealer department and what shade I would need and everything. And when I was younger, I mean, I will say this: I started makeup at 12. Doing makeup at 12, my grandmother had bought me my first little bit, and I used to like take my aunt's like this might be bad, but I used to take my aunt's makeup because I really, really loved makeup. So I would take some of hers and play in it, and then she'd find it and she'd be like, "Who was in my stuff?" And I'd just sit there and be like, "I have no idea." When I knew it was me. Anyway, I would carve out my eyebrows using like I said a really white light concealer, which I knew I should not have been using because you know like I look crazy. And then if you don't have the right foundation shade to kind of blend in that like white line, you're gonna have like a halo eyebrows, and that's like I keep saying that's not it, but it's just really not. Or sometimes I just use my foundation to carve out my eyebrows. Um, a thick foundation too. I don't just use like a liquidy one. Okay, so anyway, this is the end of my video. I want to thank you all for watching. I ask for you to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to, And if you want more great makeup tips like this, just like I said, subscribe. I'm also a makeup artist. So if you do want to book with me, you can book with me through my Instagram, which will be in the description. And if you want to see more funny content, fun and funny content, you can go to my TikTok at Bossy Bread. When I'm not posting on here, most of the time I'm on TikTok. If you want to see more of my beautiful, gorgeous face, you can go to my TikTok. And, comment down any videos you want to see from me. If you have any, like, questions, you can also DM me questions. And, yeah. Thank you again for watching. Oops, I kicked the thing.